What up? We got another dub. The Washington Commanders come out with a 42-19 win over the Tennessee Titans. A much needed win before the bye week. Your favorite crew comes on tonight and we recap the game and we preview what some things we need to do to get ready for this final stretch of the regular season. It's your boy DT, Deuce, Coach Breeze, and CeeLo. This is Owning the Huddle Podcast.
I know it looks like Ceelo is at a hotel, but he disappeared. I don't know exactly where he is. But Breeze, what's good, man?
What's good?
There you go.
Good. Is he back? Is he still
He
frozen?
trying to slide around the camera. Welcome back to Owning the Huddle Podcast. Brother Deuce is here. He's here to defend his O-line. I'm getting sick and tired of you dudes and this fan base talking about my O-line. We gonna handle this today.
What up, everybody? It is another episode of Owning the Huddle Podcast. And the man himself just came right on time. Deuce!
Deacon Deuce in the building. You on mute, Deuce?
He on mute. Nasty.
Oh, man. That's how we starting the show off? Can you hear us, Deuce?
I don't think he can hear.
No.
He can hear us.
Nah, you can hear. You can't hear him. Oh.
But welcome everybody to another episode on the Hard Podcast. It is your boy DT, Coach Breeze, with another episode. Breeze, what's up with you, man? How was your day? Victory Monday.
Ooh. We starting today, or we today was fine outside of having to pay a debt. I lost a bet last week and had to pay my debt today. And had to walk around with a very ugly shape on my forehead all day. But may or may not have been navy blue and gray. But neither here nor there. We here now with the appropriate colors on, talking about the appropriate team. And yeah, man. What we 8-5 now?
8-5.
Let's boogie.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I'm very glad we got that bad, very sour, very humiliating taste out of our mouth from last game. I still have folks still talking about the game. I'm saying here like the game was like last Sunday, man. They're like, is this your Super Bowl? That's cool. Cool.
What's up, Auntie?
That's the deal with the Dallas cockroaches. Keep telling y'all that, man. The cockroaches.
I mean, I called them a Dallas dumpster fire the other day. Like, it's cool. It's football, bro. Like, it happens. You win some, you lose some. What's good, Brody? But yeah, man, we lost that game, and we're not even worried about that game no more. We're on to the next, and you know, the next for us, for both teams, but for us it was a victory, and at this point we're gonna break that down, and then we'll be on to the next. Well, on to vacation time, I guess. You know what I mean? So get us a little bye week here.
Yeah. So I want to talk about some allegations though out there.
Okay.
Apparently, people are saying, the streets are saying I'm not real. The streets are saying I don't exist. They don't know if I'm
Uh,
AI. They don't know if virtual reality. They don't know if I'm Chat GPT. I don't understand. Some people try to figure out I'm short. I'm not really short, but I mean, what is your definition of short? I mean, I'm 5'9.5". I think that's probably the average height for some Americans in this country. I wasn't blessed.
you taller than Caleb. You it's fine.
Yeah, I'm taller than
Um,
Caleb. That's all that. But I, I am real. I didn't get an opportunity to see everybody yesterday at the game. This was a birthday gift from my lovely sister. My birthday was November 17th, but she bought tickets for me and my father and my brothers to go to the first game this year. And it just so happened this is the first time I went to a game, this third game I went to, and we finally not only had a win, but we win in convincing fashion. So
for sure.
for all you people that's coming in my mention, especially you, C. Henry, you Michigan man, you can have it. If I'm willing to sacrifice Ohio State being just a 9 to 10 average win team in college football for my Commanders to be relevant, I will do that every single time. We got the dub. This was a good late birthday gift, and I got a chance to meet Juan, who was slightly intoxicated, and I got to meet
Just
Deuce,
slightly.
slightly intoxicated.
Slightly.
But it was nice. It was nice to see Deuce in person, man. Pops was
Yeah,
smiling.
man. I saw Pops too, man. What's up, Pops? Yeah, man. It was definitely good to finally see DT in person, and I can confirm, Breeze, that he does have legs and that he is a real person. I beat those allegations last year, so I'm good. Outside of that, was good, man. Like, first of all, congratulations, back to back DCIAA champion, done by
Thank you.
Crimson Tide
Thank, thank you. Thank
coach
you. I appreciate it. I
Breeze.
appreciate it.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In my Kobe voice, job is not finished. We got the city championship locked up, and although DC is not a state, we have a state championship. So the state championship is going to be this Saturday at Howard University at 5 p.m. Anybody that want to come check it out, check us out, come check us out. Hopefully, we can get that state championship out of the way. But I appreciate it though.
Hey, man, look, man. Um, Definitely a great honor, especially for them kids, man. Be able to experience winning, going to
Absolutely.
winning programs. And it was a great experience for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Cliff, even though my law firm last week decided that we can no longer represent Cliff, so I can't represent him no more. But it was good to see the offense look very, very good, I may say. They was clicking on all cylinders. Um, Snatch got a catch. Maul, he had posted a clip where he actually had a play dial up where Senate was supposed to get hit on a delayed wheel route, but it was covered. Luke got a catch. So Terry was moving around, going in motion, setting up on the other side of the field. But let's talk about Terry real quick because it kind of came out. Well, we saw the clip after the game when he was going through the tunnel. He was like, "Give me the ball early, give me the ball early." But it came out later that he had a conversation with Cliff and Dan about getting him involved early. We know the type of person Terry is. He's not going to publicly do that. If he would have known that the clip was on him or they was recording him, he probably wouldn't have said it. That's just not the type of person that he is. But Ben, as though he said that, as a wide receiver, Breeze, what goes through you all's mind when you know you can be more effective, but they're just not using you the way that you believe that you can contribute to the team?
I mean, in the moment is definitely tough, which is why a lot of receivers get that label of being divas because they get caught in the heat of the moment. And you want the ball, right? I mean, you feel like you can help the team win, and usually you get the diva title or tag when you play on a team that's not performing well because you know it's viewed as having a bad attitude. Um, but yeah, you just feel like you want to be able to help the team. The team is not performing well, and you feel like you're a piece or the piece that can help kind of push that forward. And to our benefit, like you said, Terry is not that guy that's going to make a big scene about it publicly. He'll pull you to the side, tell you something in the locker room, whatever, behind closed doors. But yeah, I think we all kind of seen the games that they haven't been successful in, kind of how that's looked offensively. And I think Terry was like, bro, I put myself, I train, I work, I put myself in this position that, I want to be available and able to do all these different things, and trust me, put the ball in my hands. Good things happen when I get the ball. And that's probably more aggressive than Terry would even say it, but yeah, I mean, it's just you want a guy like Terry to kind of do that thing to have that conversation, and anybody more aggressive than Terry, it's gonna come off the complete wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And there is definitely a fine line. But Terry has enough grace from over the years to be able to cross it if he deemed fit to do so. Um, but what do you think that says about Cliff, DT? About, we know OCs can be kind of stubborn. Um, but for him to, do you think this was all kind of part of the plan? I don't think it was because Terry had the conversation. But what does that say to Cliff that he's willing to start doing things that he just has not? It just wasn't part of his scheme. I mean, people have their schemes and they kind of hold it close to vest. What do you think that means to, or what do you think about Cliff that he was willing to do that?
I mean, let's face the whole conversation that we've been dealing with for the past couple of games. There's the obvious narrative about Cliff Kingsbury, and this offense has shown that it regresses during down the stretch of the season, which to me, I can argue it really hasn't. I think it's more just the execution of things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to scheming up getting your number one target availability and time to get timeshare with the ball, I think that's where it comes into like, okay, what are you doing that is affecting this offense? We know that in the past, Terry has always been a guy where, like, legit, we have to get him involved. If we don't get Terry involved, more than likely the game is either close or we lose the game. So I
Yeah.
think with Cliff at least has an adaptability, and him being a player's coach that a lot of people really don't really talk about. He has become a player's coach where he's able to have these conversations with these vets like a Terry McLaurin. It's like, hey, I gotta do better with setting up the first 15 plays. I gotta find a way to get you touches, either it's 8 receptions or 2 jet sweeps or whatsoever. You gotta touch the ball. You gotta help us on offense. So I think that's the direction that I see, and I agree with you. Like, I know Terry is the type of person, like, he's very humble and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, man, he's kind of been carrying this offense since 2019.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have not really had, maybe outside of a healthy Curtis Samuels, a consistent wide receiver two to go with Terry.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree.
I don't even know if you can really count Curtis in that conversation, really, because he wasn't
Yeah.
meant to be. He kind of became that by default, but I don't think Curtis was really meant to be that either.
Yeah.
But I understand. I agree with your point
Yeah.
though.
Hey, going in. We're definitely ahead of schedule, and that conversation came back up after this 3-game skid about we really ain't supposed to be here. But we're here. I still believe that, especially if JD5 is not healthy, and we're definitely going to talk about that, is we just don't have enough talent to make a ton of mistakes. Right? Like we just don't have we have to play clean, complete football to beat like the top playoff teams. And I know it's any given Sunday for sure, but we're just talking about football and looking at a game um prior to it happening, right? So
Yeah.
we just don't have that talent, and we knew that coming in. But what JD5 and Cliff is able to do when we talk about the offensive side of the ball is kind of remarkable, right? And everything runs through Jayden, and Jayden has to, be healthy in order for Cliff offense to succeed. And if Jayden is not healthy, the offense is not going to succeed. And most times, if your star quarterback is not healthy, the offense is not going to succeed. But I think the thing with Cliff is that everyone was waiting. A lot of people was waiting for this to happen. And it so happened that when Jayden was hurt, and Breeze, like, what's up, Brian? How you doing today, man? Like,
Yo, what's up?
let's just be honest, man. Like, I don't know what Dan was talking about. I don't know what JD. Maybe that's what they decided to go with, not being injured. But you can't tell me the kid that we saw last week and today was the same kid we saw in Philadelphia, especially.
Yeah, nah, I mean, we've said it on here, we've said it on social media, various platforms. Um, Regardless, at this point, to be completely honest with you, I don't care what Dan Quinn said. I don't care what Jayden Daniels said. Like, my eyes work, right? Like, I know the player that we saw the first 8 weeks of the season and what he looked like, and again, what we've seen the last 2 weeks, definitely yesterday. Um, it's versus the losing streak, like the peak of the losing streak, is like it's two completely different players. Like, the arm angle, we saw with the touchdown to Terry how he kind of changed his arm angle in the middle of his throwing motion. Like, he wasn't doing that, when they were on that losing streak. We see him kind of run fearlessly, and not just run, but kind of cut back in between tacklers and not fall down, but try to get additional yardage. Like, we weren't seeing that. To sit here and tell us Jayden's not hurt when Jayden himself originally said he was hurt, to the point that they said it on TV. Yeah, like I told Maul earlier, like, this team has a to me has a clear identity of what they need to do to be successful. From quarterback, running back, offensive line receiver, there's a clear, especially on offense, there's a clear identity of what they need to do to be successful. And when they weren't playing good football, they really couldn't do what they needed to do, because they couldn't play free, because they had, in my opinion, they had to protect Jayden Daniels. If you can't protect him from himself, as far as him not playing, because he wasn't injured to where he couldn't play, he was playing hurt. You can't sit him. Okay, but we have to call plays and tweak this offense to where we aren't putting him in harm's way physically, as far as running, and then where the throws are easier throws to make, and not as much wear and tear and pain with his rib. I don't know if it's the front or side, but with the rib area. But you're not gonna sit there and tell me he's getting wrapped up between every single drive, but there's nothing wrong with Jayden Daniels. Like, come on, bro. Like, nah. But we see what the recipe for success is. We've seen it. At this point, we know what it is for at least this season. And yeah, we just got to be able to stick to it. And he's now healthy enough that we can do that.
See,
Yo, Mike, what's up?
Oh, I didn't realize my mic. What's up, Brandon? Let's run through this again. What's up, Brandon? Yeah, man, we definitely happy. And no wonder why you said C. Henry. I was like, he in the chat. What's up, Troy? Yeah, we definitely need a new kicker. This kicker thing is definitely crazy, man. Mike, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. But to get back to Jayden, man, DT. So you saw him in person for the first time. Like, man, Breeze, we seen him multiple times. This is your first time seeing him in person. What did you think about Jayden Daniels?
Well, first of all, this is another gift. from my lovely sister. Ah,
Hey, let's go. I can't. It's
yeah,
not
It's a
blurry.
little blurry, but
it's a
yeah,
little blurry.
I got you.
Copyright infringement. But look, man, that kid good, man. That kid he's special. Now I have been here. I've been to that stadium 3 times. I watched Case Keenum
Mm.
and I watched Taylor Heineke. And y'all seen more quarterbacks in person and stuff. He ain't near them. Nowhere near close. I'm talking about I legit saw him read 1, 2, 3, ran 1, 2, 3, dump off, play action, throws a dart. I'm just sitting here like, yo, this dude is operating at the operating table, man.
Right.
And I'm just seeing him run like he. I'm trying. I was telling my brother because my brother's a Raven fan, and he was hating. He was hating. I like to knock them out yesterday. I just want to let you know that you over here talking about parlays with Calvin Ridley and stuff like that. But hold on now. But look, I'm sitting here like, yo, if this dude like gliding against this defense, I want to see what Lamar look like. Like this dude, like he don't even look like he fully running. And I see these guys like chasing. I see Kenneth Murray chasing him with all his might. He's sitting here gliding to the sideline, and he hyping me up. I said, man, this guy's something else, man. I cannot wait till we get some more guys around him. It's like that video I shared. You better get me down, cause we coming.
So you finally understand like what because you've seen it in person what we say what we mean when we say like a lot of the stuff Jayden does looks effortless, dog. Like you see him, like you said, he's gliding and still pulling away from people. Like, you know what I mean? The little hop steps and skips and spins he does, like when he's going out of bounds to avoid the little bit of contact. And again, the arm angle stuff. And like he throws the ball downfield. Like it doesn't like he's forcing it. Even, I know you weren't there for it, but even the Hail Mary, like it didn't seem like he was throwing it as hard as he could. I'm sure he was, but it just looks effortless when he's doing it though.
Man, you know what it does for a guy like that? I gotta see more. I gotta see more. He is obviously he's the type of player that makes you buy season tickets, that makes
Yeah.
you get glued into the seat, and we haven't had that for the longest time. We haven't had it since RG3, but based on what is around him in terms of the foundation from ownership, GM, and a coaching staff that understands the strengths and weaknesses of this current roster, it still got them at 8 wins. I'm very excited for Jayden Daniels and the future of this team.
Trail over here having the come to Jesus moment in the comments, man.
Man.
Trail, get on YouTube, bro.
Let me see. I'm trying to wait till this. Trying to connect with. All right, there you go. Let me see. Brian, I don't believe in being ahead of schedule. It's a year-to-year league. This year has nothing to do with the next year. Every team will try to get better, and some of them will. With that being said, some teams will take step backs. There's new playoff teams every year going into 2021 season. Thought that we had a schedule coming off 2021. We had a bad. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I've never been on. I've never had the mindset as because we did this last year, we should be able to do this year, right? Especially for teams that have like tons of turnover, right? Like if you have an established team and you're just adding a couple pieces, then yeah, sure, right? Like you can kind of say, you know, we were able to do this and do this, but especially with our team having so much turnover, and every team changes. Nothing stays exactly the same. Once all zeros hit in the Super Bowl, every team changes something, a coach, a player, this, and that. Everything changes, right? Um, so and it's a year to year league, and especially being in the NFL, man, like you have to take advantage of success, right? And you got to go full steam ahead when you're in that uh when you're in that position. So just based off of Brandon's comment, like, did you all's expectations change at 7-2 from what it was coming into the year?
Um, yeah, because I mean, if you would have told me in August that we would have ended the season with 7 or 8 wins, most of us would have deemed that a successful season. So to be at 7-2 halfway through the season, or a little over halfway through the season, I'm sure most people, excuse me, I'm sure most people. I don't want to speak for everybody else, but I'm sure most people probably was like, oh, wait a minute, oh, we could do something here. And especially like it wasn't like a fluke. Like you could see with like you can tell when it's kind of fluky. Like you see the real deal, Jayden Daniels being the real deal. You see, we know what Terry has been capable of. We just hasn't had a quarterback that could do it. You know what I mean? You see Brian Robinson being a little more efficient because you had the threat of Jayden Daniels and the threat of Terry McLaurin and all of that. So I think for me, my expectations kind of changed a little bit. Not to the point of saying, oh, we need to we gonna make a deep playoff run and be a Super Bowl team and all of that, but definitely to the point of, oh, this is a playoff. Like we can make the playoffs. Like to that point, yeah, I would say my expectations changed, but I was never tried not to get too high. Even I'm pretty sure I've said it on here is that when they were 7-2, they're going to lose other games. I didn't think they were going to lose 3 in a row, but like they're going to lose other games at some point in the season. Like they're going to have a slight bump in the road at some point because again, we all know that as good as Jayden Daniels is, the talent, we still kind of understand what the talent around him in various important places is and was.
Yeah, most definitely the expectations did change when it was at 7-2, mainly because while when we talk about the floor and the ceilings for the single, many people said 6 to 7, 8 wins. That was more likely the maximum we would reach based on how we felt about our division opponents, such as Dallas. They didn't really make any moves, and obviously the Giants um, wasn't really concerned. But really, at 7-2, what changed for me was it made me realize how much coaching truly mattered. A realization of how much coaching had a tremendous impact for a team that still had spots to figure out. Still trying to figure out through the 9 games, is Brandon Coleman the left tackle of the future. And so far, I would say he has been a very solid addition. I know a lot of people try to bring up some of the games that he didn't look good in, but at the end of the day, this is where you have to find out if he's that guy. He's going to go up against these guys every single day, and let's not forget he also missed majority of his training camp and these reps against these scrimmages against teams like Miami and the Jets. Just these certain spots, and we're still winning. Like nobody thought we would be 7-2.
Yeah,
Probably maybe 4-6, 4-8.
I
Probably
mean,
that's what people.
7 was my floor for sure.
We passed that. We're already at 8 wins at
Yeah,
our bye week. 4 more games to go. All of them NFC, and a likelihood that we probably did do something we never done since we've seen it. We haven't won 11 games in I don't know how long. That is possible. That is
Yeah.
highly possible, man.
I mean, I don't think they're going to win out, but I mean, it's possible. That's possible too. Like, you kind of gotta. We already know how it is with division games. a lot of times you got to throw out the records and all of that kind of stuff. Throw out what your conventional wisdom when it comes to division games. It's possible, but again, if they went 3-1, it wouldn't surprise anybody. If they went 4-0, it would probably. I mean, beating Philly would maybe surprise some people, but 3-1, I don't think would shock too many people.
Look at
So I mean,
Do y'all know his office runs better? Yeah,
absolutely.
most definitely, most definitely.
that's the gas pedal of your offense right there.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's more important than getting B-Rob, right? Like,
yeah,
what's up? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through.
that's what you get, Trill. That's what you get, Trill.
Can't believe I was wearing a CLB chain.
That's what you get, man.
Yeah,
I love it
Jayden.
though. I love it. Like listen, man. Listen.
Yeah, that dude
I want
different.
to.
Yeah, y'all got to see him. Like that's why it's so important. I know DT, you finally saw him live, but the stuff he does on the sideline, like getting the crowd hype, you know what I'm saying, and getting his teammates hyped on the sideline and stepping on the field, getting hyped, like all that. The dude got this aura about him. It's crazy, man. It's
Trill,
crazy.
please don't say that E word. Please don't say that E word around the wrong people. You're gonna get them started.
I don't know. It seems to be working all right on my intro. My name is Janet. Appreciate you.
I'm under that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think the thing with San Francisco, the injuries. I mean, injuries to star players. So, it's
And nobody's really running away with that division, to be quite honest with you.
yeah. So, I had our floor at 7, but here we are. Yep.
I mean,
I had the 8-5 at 13 games. Yeah, that's a lot of those, man.
my ceiling probably would have been 8 games.
Yeah, and we probably, I mean, shoot, we probably, I mean, we right there, 3 games. We got 4 left.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible, man. It's definitely possible. So like, when we think about on the defensive side of the ball, right? So we always kind of think, Phil has been playing pretty good. Like he's having his best season. He had some good games, but we noticed he was a healthy Phil.
Mathis?
Yeah, Mathis. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like we noticed like he was a healthy scratch yesterday, and then after the game, Dan said it was because of internal competition with the new kid, Carden Banks. I think it's Carden Banks, right? Something like that. I don't know.
I think it's Carl Banks.
Carl Banks, one of them.
Well, Carl Davis actually.
Davis, yeah, my bad. and so like, are you all surprised by that?
I was definitely surprised. I got a notification, by the way, on the way to the game. So when I saw he was a healthy scratch, I was like, okay, are they bringing somebody specialty for this game or whatsoever? But then when I see internal competition, I said, oh. And it's kind of weird because we would all say up here, like, Fedarian has been Fedarian, I would say, is the second best defensive tackle this year outside of Johnny Newton. I was very surprised by that. So it just tells me that the culture that they're trying to establish, and I don't know what competition it was. Maybe it was certain reps with Daryl Tapp whatsoever, but it kind of probably rubbed Dan DQ and them the wrong way, and it was probably putting him in the doghouse for a week.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan, it absolutely surprises me because, like we just said, he's been the second best defensive tackle this season, next to Johnny Newton, and neither of them were starters coming into the season. Some of half of us thought Phil might not even make the opening day roster, myself included. So as a fan, it's a little surprising given what he's done with his opportunities this season. But
Mm-hmm.
as a coach, I'm all for it. Like I want my players to compete week in, week out, and the best. What is it on game day? 46 on game day, 47,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Yeah, the best out of that group
47,
is
48 with the little
yeah,
quarterback thing.
the best 47, 48 is who's going to play. If you had a bad week of practice and somebody outperformed you, like, we not to make a joke, but like, what we saw in Drumline when the P2 or P3 challenged for somebody's spot and they beat them, like, guess who's going to get that spot on game day? Like, that's how I feel. You should have that kind of competition. Now, if Terry McLaurin has a bad week of practice, I obviously put 17 on the field. Like, there are exceptions to every rule. You know what I mean? But in general, like, if there's a fringe kind of thing and it's a competition, let the better guy play. He had a better week. He earned it.
If I got
That's very interesting.
game, bro, and watch OZ run all around, bro, I'd be sick as a dog. I watched one round. I said, man, this dude garbage, man.
Yeah, he's not good at all. But look, he was on the top 5 wide receiver separation last week.
Man, I almost got up here.
See there. Hey, bro. So I spent like 2 minutes going through the links on the other computer because of this comment right here.
Y'all didn't catch that?
I didn't catch it.
Am I the only person that caught it?
It's a comment after that, though, dude.
I know. But dude, I saw. So Deuce said something early, like a couple minutes ago, and I thought he was just kind of going along with it. Apparently, Deuce was also.
I was like, oh no, I tried it on my end. Like, he definitely got me. But hit that like button on YouTube to see if it's working for y'all. We're trying to make sure everything is good on our end. We definitely appreciate it. Just try it out. Let me know, and let me know in the comment section if it's working on Facebook and Twitter too. Hit that little heart or the like to see if it's working. Yeah,
Brandon, but for real though, Brandon. For real though, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you should put a 4th stringer in over a starter or nothing like that, but if it's a 2 and a 3, a 3 and a 4, and they competing for the same playing time, and the lower guy wins out, so be it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Carlton Banks. I don't know why I was calling that kid Carlton Banks. But I ain't really. Did he play? I'm trying to think. Is he 91? That's a flag. Is he 91?
I think he is 91.
Yeah, I think
I was trying to figure out who.
I think he's 91.
Yeah, he came in a couple of times.
Hey, the drumline reference. There we go.
There he is.
There you go.
Key, no.
Oh my god! I'm not doing this again, bro.
Nah, they just Sykes and Kenyon. You got Jared Verse.
Jared Verse and Kenyon. It's between them two, in my opinion. Jared Verse and Kenyon was Marshall Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
You telling them two.
You telling me to wake up?
Absolutely insane. Oh, he's saying you look sleep.
I am sleepy for the first time on this show. I am sleep deprived.
Ceelo, what's good, man?
What's good, bro? What's good? How y'all feeling?
Chilling, man.
Feeling a lot better till you popped up here dressed like me. But it's another conversation, though. It's okay, though. It's all good, man. Ball brothers unite, Ceelo. Ball brothers unite. It's okay.
So
I get it.
So, we are slow tonight, bro. We are slow tonight, bro.
Yo, what is going on?
It is Monday.
He's slow. Maybe it's because James was playing. He's messing up all the algorithms.
That dude said, he said, da, 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 da. That don't have me in tears.
And there's only like 4 people for that drink.
Did he just say we acting slow because James was playing? Bro, we about to get pulled off of YouTube, dog. Oh my goodness.
He messing the algorithm
Like,
up, man. He messing the algorithm
oh
up.
my goodness.
But now though, like
Oh my
I
goodness.
think, yeah, that was definitely surprising from Quinn.
Hey, bro, James was trash.
To have that conversation, and like he had a conversation with Forbes too, right? He told that man new scenery will be good for you. This is second year, Ceelo. I mean, do you think it was the right move? You think they had enough time to try to see if Joe Witt can fix him? I mean,
You got the perfect guy to talk about cinnamon sticks.
What is happening?
Yeah,
What
I
is
am
happening?
but
Oh,
Yeah, man. I think I'm just I'm surprised. I know draft picks isn't supposed to mean anything in in terms of where you were drafted, but you essentially saying that man is not even good enough. Like he's not even good enough as the worst player, worst DB on your team. Like that's what essentially is what he's saying. Now, unless he has a horrible attitude and all that kind of stuff, like wow, there was no way for him to find a way to contribute, and that's a tough pill to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I said it on Twitter earlier. It was like, there's a thought out there, which I do understand, that AP and DQ are just getting rid of Ron's guys at will because they want their own guys in. I don't think that's the case. I mean, we have B Rob, we have Sam Cosme, we have,
but
Derek
those
Force
dudes
is
are
now getting
good.
planted. Right,
They're
right.
at the minimum. They're good.
That's
like,
my point.
Even
cut.
Even like Percy. And like Defoe, they're kind of like the same in a sense, but it's no one else below. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's my point. For you to trade or cut 3 first-round draft picks who are still on their rookie deal in the span of 3.5 months, to me, that's saying that they aren't good enough. That has nothing to do with who picked them. That's saying that they are not good enough. You trade Jahan Dotson, you cut Jamin Davis, you cut Emmanuel Forbes. It's like they are not good enough to succeed in what we want to do. That's what that means. I mean, we didn't pick you, so we don't care about your draft status. You are not good enough as a football player, in our opinion, to do what we want to do. Or you don't fit our scheme, or whatever the case may be. I don't think it has anything to do with them being Ron guys. I just think it has to do with you haven't been good in the scheme you were drafted to play in. You for certain ain't good in our scheme. Best wishes moving forward.
Yeah, I don't know who the Evan dude is, but Steve said he did the same thing. So Cliff interviewing for West Virginia head coaching guy. Did they finally fire their coach?
I heard they was interviewing dude from Sam Houston State. Was it Sam Houston State?
Oh, okay. Because I
think that's
didn't
what I saw.
I had to do yet. Yep. Jameis Winston be preaching on the pregame speeches. He did. He said, "I care about the Browns get down and multiply." Bro, what does that even mean? What does Browns get down and multiply? Like,
bro, they gonna make a movie about Jameis Winston one day. Hey.
Oh man. Hey Kim. Man, new locker room, meeting room can be beneficial for some folks. Yeah, maybe so. Yep, hit that like button. They definitely getting rid of Ron's guys. They want the turnaround to be all of their guys. I mean, and that's something to say though, right? Like when we look at the roster, and we see the players before them, most of those guys is good. There are really no like bench type players, but who we got? We got like Defoe,
Percy, B-Rob.
No, I'm talking about guys that's Paul. Like on the bench, like or only doing special teams in a sense.
Well, Chris Paul doesn't even play. I mean, he's been active the last few games, but he don't play though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like Chris Paul, Defoe,
Trail funny.
I mean, Lucas is a swing tackle. He's a wrong guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but I
Well,
mean, he
I'm
plays
talking
like I'm
about
talking about
draft picks. I'm talking about draft picks. Well, I'm talking about draft picks.
Yeah, I mean draft picks and free agents, but guys that like don't play, like they're trying to develop them as they go along. You know, like continue to develop them. Like Chris Paul, for instance, like he's someone that are they just trying to develop him, or they just couldn't find nobody better than him?
Cheese on the street.
So like them the guys I'm kind of talking about. I know he said a trigger word. We ain't even getting to that. I don't think Ceelo caught it. Maybe that's a good thing. He said cheese, man. He's
he on the street.
So like I don't like, so like you got Paul. Like, is he somebody that they're gonna?
My bad. I just saw John's comment. I'm sorry.
Hold on. That's what I'm trying to wait to put. I ain't gonna read it because I know John gonna have me laughing. Let me get my point out before I pull that comment. I ain't even reading it yet. So like those type players, like, are they there just being developed by these guys, for the future, or are they just there because there's no one else that was better than them? And to those type guys, I don't think they're going to be here next year.
I mean, is Mike Davis?
It's not a lot of them, though. I mean, they brought in Mike Davis, though.
I know, but I'm saying, is he better though? But do we? Because Emmanuel Forbes hasn't played in the last, or hadn't dressed in the last 3 or 4 games he was on the roster, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, Mike Davis played special teams for like 7 straight weeks.
Yeah, I think he's better than Mike Davis.
I know he's slow as hell, but like I would think Emmanuel Forbes would be better. I would think. Now, Mike Davis may do more as far as being able to play special teams and all that kind of stuff, but I think Emmanuel Forbes, as far as what their listed position is, I would take Emmanuel Forbes over Mike Davis.
Hey man,
look at Chris Rodriguez. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, and I'm joking a little bit, amongst us. He's the best running back in the room and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, like, this dude can play, and they cut him. Like, I don't like in multiple going back to his practice squad camp. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, he's
jersey
better.
Number.
Yeah, he took his number. I'm like, bro, he is. I respectfully better than McNichols.
Now let me say this though. Let me say, I'm not saying that them being Ron's selections doesn't factor into them moving on from them. I'm just saying it's not solely because they're Ron guys. I think it's the bigger part of that equation is that they are not good enough. John is bugging. John is bugging, man. I'm not. But yeah, I'm not saying, like, of course. John is crazy. Of course, them being Ron guys factors into that decision because they don't have anything. This regime doesn't have anything invested into those players.
Oh, Mike, please, Mike, please.
Ain't Crowder still on IR?
Yeah, he's still on IR too, Mike. So let's leave him there.
Let's leave him on IR, bro.
They don't want to send around the Super Bowl ring, but like I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, man, because all their guys that they brought in, they kind of give multiple opportunities to. I mean, McNichols. But you can't say he's not playing good though. Like he has.
I don't know. McNichols is a different situation. Yeah. But like when you think of like
but
I'm trying to think like who.
Kickers,
like
both kickers.
He fumbles. He's fumbling kickoffs, punt returns. Okay,
Oz.
But who is behind him though?
Another. I mean, his own. Their own players. Their own players.
Yeah, Luke.
Right, Luke.
Yeah. They probably wouldn't bring nobody in.
Correct. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird because, I mean, I said before, we could argue some of their guys that they brought in or drafted don't deserve, the same, some of the chances they've gotten, but they continue to obviously let them grow and let them develop. So I feel like it is a big ooh, 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 ooh,
Yeah. Yeah,
ooh. That was kind of nice.
That was a dot, bro.
Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, that was a dot. Oh yeah, we weren't saying get rid of Paul. He's definitely deaf. He's gonna be. But my thing is, I wonder, like, is he gonna be here next year, or they're gonna try to find some of their guys to be those deaf pieces?
Yeah, but I
Right.
mean, Paul's he was a back of the roster guy even with Ron though. So like, if they moved on from him, I wouldn't
Yeah, that's my
be
point,
surprised or
Jayden.
shocked by it. Like, you know what I mean?
Mike Davis
I mean,
is better than
Forbes, Jamin Davis, and Jahan Dotson were first round picks on rookie deals. Like that. That's why though, like moving on from them is more amplified than moving on from a David Mayo or whatever. Like,
I think Forbes is a huge. To me, that is huge. And, you know, that's I mean, you're paying that man, you know, whatever it was, $8 million, or 10 million, whatever it was remaining on his contract. You were at least ready to do so to have him
right,
sit at home. Like he must
right.
be horrible, whether it's attitude or whatever. He couldn't give you nothing. Like, that was
I don't think it's his
wild.
attitude. I think it was just all
I'm just
ability.
trying to throw it out there.
Like, yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
no, no. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Ability, attitude, fit, cultural stuff, whatever you want to call it.
Man, that was a beautiful pass, man.
Yeah, it was a nice pass.
James still better.
Well, my TV's behind me, so I can't watch the game right now. But
Jayden had 4 total touchdowns. Beat that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I
He also
think.
didn't struggle against the Browns either.
Oh yeah, they only scored 3 points. Yeah. What we beat the Browns 38-3.
Something like that.
Something like that.
was that Cleveland? It was bad.
Can't-
Miles
it was
Garrett
real
ain't do
bad.
nothing.
I recall all the
They got shut
flaws we
down.
had,
Oh, smoke crazy. I guess putting Forbes locker next to 3. They probably moved that joint like week 5. They like, nah, get this dude away from me.
He had much.
Maybe it's on IG too much because he was an IG merchant.
He said Forbes cut somebody out. But yeah, man, that's definitely an interesting dynamic. But you know, people want their own people, man, and soon enough, if you ain't performing, they definitely they rather develop their guys and develop somebody else's. Ron got actually with. Bro, can you imagine? Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah. Let you know you a wrong guy. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah,
Hold on,
bro,
Trail.
just be working hard.
That was your draft pick, Trail. You the one that sold us all on that pick. Just throwing that out there.
Judy should have had one of those touchdowns earlier.
I think Terry's going to finish with 13 touchdowns. That'll be what?
Yeah, we got 9. Yeah, I think you can get 13.
Yeah. I need Terry to have like a 200-yard game.
I do too. I wanted to be against Philly.
I wanted him to get a third touchdown on Sunday. But C-Rod deserved that last touchdown. But
man, they had him against a middle linebacker.
Yeah, that was a nice play design.
Yeah, that was a beauty. You can't get mad at that.
Let's go.
What y'all think? How many touchdowns y'all think? What you think, DT?
My fault. They just scored.
I just said that, bro. I just said Jerry Judy gonna need one. I just said he gonna need one. Judy gonna need one, and he should have had one earlier.
What are you saying, Deuce?
How many touchdowns you think Terry can get?
I think he'll get to 12.
Yeah. I'm with you, Ceelo. Like I need for him to have one of them super wide receiver games.
Yeah, like I would
Yeah,
love to
he
see him with
burnt
like one of them
39, you know.
or one of them
Look at this.
Jetta
Look,
type games.
he must have thought he had safety help.
Yeah, I gotta believe that because he was peeking in the backfield and everything.
But
That's
him
good
stopping
game,
is
man.
crazy. He must have thought he had safety help.
Yeah,
John
Judy, that was
crazy
against
got
his
it.
former
He said
team.
John drinking whiskey. Accept the reality with fools. I ain't capping for him. Jameis. I think Terry ends with 12 touchdowns, 70 yards. Yep. Lucky 13.
Look at it. It ain't very lucky today.
Ooh.
For right now.
I definitely want him to get had one of those super games, man. And Judy got the extra
He
point.
cooking, bro.
What do you all so Terry best game was what's the old dude we had on our team last year, the journeyman dude.
Brisket.
Yeah,
This
Brisket.
year?
No, last year. Brisket. Didn't that was Terry High's yardage game, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was like
141.
173 or something like that.
Not 141.
Bro. That's Terry's
Yeah.
141, bro.
41. I promise you.
Come on, man.
That's how bad it's been.
I mean, he had 8 receptions on Sunday. How was that his career high or close to it?
Nah, he had like 11.
I know he had a rocket receptions before, especially with Heineke.
Oh yeah.
It was
Heineke threw that joint all the time.
the Heineken against
definitely is high this season.
Having 11 receptions for 70 yards.
Yeah.
That's so true.
John say 14. Terry needs a monster game. He's never had one. 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that this is what I'm talking about right here. Like, even if it's 2 touchdowns, 210 catches, like
the yard and be
yeah.
I mean, listen, New Orleans might be a good team to try to get that on though. All right.
In the dome too, so you know Jayden ain't gonna be cold.
Yeah, and Jayden going back to the crib, well at least to college, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Jayden
the
have a
crib,
flashback. He gonna have a flashback. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be a big game. That's actually gonna be probably a big game for Jayden too.
I think Terry had 8 something. I think he had 8
He's
something.
181 yards away from 1,000.
Yeah.
Force feed him.
Oh yeah, shout out to
He
Trey.
took the highs, he took the lows.
How many highs was it though? He had what, 2 picks in his career?
He in the group chat saying he has as many interceptions as the guy of a team. See,
Yeah, he leading the team in interceptions with Wishcon. He got
that's
one.
so nasty, bro. He said all day that he get cut, man. Ew. Paperweight. Paperweight.
He showing off. He balling too.
Is he a free agent?
Huh?
Is he a free agent?
Who?
Judy.
Oh, I don't know.
They might re-sign him back though.
I feel like he might be.
Yeah, I feel like it might be
about to a
too.
shootout.
Or if he
Which
not,
is-
then he just got paid last year. But
All right. So, go ahead, CeeLo. What you about to say?
No, I was just saying it's crazy because the Broncos defense is so crazy good. So yeah, having shootouts weird.
Yeah, hear me?
Jerry Judy signed a he signed a
Yeah,
3-year deal with Cleveland, so his contract is not up until 2027.
Don't.
Oh, he did get extended at Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah.
Caps, what's up, man? How you feeling? If he gets to 13, he definitely get into 12.
What?
Crazy. Release BLJ. I mean, BSJ's probably here for the rest of the year.
He's here for
Oh
the year.
yeah, he's here for the year.
Like the thing about BSJ, like BSJ is not a bad cornerback, bro. It's just
here we go.
his mistakes happen at the worst times. He gets beat at the worst time. He gets penalties at the worst time. He don't just get smoked up and down the field. Well, listen, Malik Neighbors
Yes,
kind of
Sunday.
but yeah. No. He got smoked, but he didn't get beat up and down the field all day. Though, is what I'm saying. Like Emmanuel Forbes got beat like a. I hate to keep bagging on him, but Emmanuel Forbes got beat like a drum against the Eagles. Like last year, like they beat him up and down the field for 2 games, dog. Like that didn't happen. Now BSJ has had bad games. Like DJ Moore lit BSJ up last year. Like he's had bad games, but he hasn't just been getting cooked every single game. It's just that when he does, he'll have a solid, decent, okay kind of sort of game, and then it'll be 23-20, and he'll give up a 40-yard touchdown on 3rd and 17, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, this dude sucks." Like.
Nah, man, John is naturally funny, bro. Like, you know, John, he's up top again. Yeah, I don't think they're definitely not releasing BSJ.
No.
Ron even. I mean, Dan even mentioned that.
Put $1 in the square drop for saying that name again.
He was like because are you advertising for Wendy's? Like the way you hold
turn the cup around.
The way you holding the cup,
like you like holding the cup. You like holding the cup like you doing like this.
Yeah, it's like the way you holding it.
It was behind the laptop. I was trying to watch the game.
Ain't give no free advertisement out, man.
Yo,
so it's like Ron was. I mean, Dan was like, so we talking about that dude too much. Dan was saying, because Marshawn is trending to come back was a reason or part of the reason why they decided to release full. Well, go ahead, Ceelo.
Man, I swear, Dan be up there like y'all are some idiots because I told y'all some idiots. Like I'm like, come on, Dan. Like, come on, Dan. Like, just be honest. Like, the dude is not good. Like he was a healthy scratch. The same time Marshall Lattimore was a scratch. So I mean,
wasn't playing.
Like, come on, Dan. Like, yeah, bro. But hey, I guess you don't want to trash the kid, so I get trying to stay on the high road. That's not Dan Quinn's style. So
yeah,
I get that, but
yeah, it's not.
That's tough. Do y'all think when Marshawn does get back? I mean, that's a tough move. I mean, BSJ to put him on a bench. Having him on the bench and have Mikey playing over him and Igbo playing over him, and that's a big demotion.
I mean, right? it might be a rotation type thing.
Yeah, I think they're gonna start BSJ on the outside and bump Mikey back down to the slot. I think that's the play. But you can't bench Mikey. Like Mikey is
he's
the best healthy cornerback on the team. Like he's on the field.
I mean, even Marshawn. I mean, he might not be out there for. They might be trying to.
That's what I was thinking.
Build him up.
I think
he's been here for a month now. If he's still
I'm talking about his.
I think they're going to build
NFL,
ramp him up, but he's not.
Oh no, I got you. I know what you're saying, but.
I
don't know, man.
I definitely see them, like to your point, easing them back in, and so you'll see that BSJ out there here and there. But going from, I mean, BSJ he's playing 80% of the snaps, 90% of the snaps to 0. It would be a big
because the trend it didn't continue, right? Because last week he was every 2 series, Michael Davis was coming in, and then. Yesterday it was what Davis got 10 snaps, I think, because they probably looked at the tape was like, oh yeah, he's still the same dude we saw week 1.
I feel like
let's get him back out.
I feel like they can do more of what they wanted. If Lattimore is healthy, they can do more of what they want to do with Sanders still in the slot because that's what they drafted him to do. I think he's proven that he can be more than successful on the outside. But they drafted him, and Joe Wade even kind of said it when they traded for Marshawn. I was about to say Lynch for Marshawn Lattimore. That eventually Sanders still would work his way back into the slot. I think Sanders still is going to finish this season in the slot, and I think it's entirely possible after the season BSJ moves on and you bump Sanders still back outside. And you still have Quan Martin who can also play the nickel, and you can go Igbo can play the nickel. Like you have other options that can play in the slot, but I like Mikey outside though.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I don't know if it's free agency or the draft, but I think they go look for a starting corner, outside corner, boundary corner. This off season. BSJ ain't that bad.
No,
yeah,
the reality of it is the way football.
I think they
the way football is now. You need
too, man. They're gonna reload.
I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, they definitely have to add to the group because like let's say Lattimore doesn't play, right? Let's go back. Let's go back in time a week with Lattimore not playing. If one corner goes down, I mean, if Sanders still or BSJ goes down, what do they do at cornerback? And with no Forbes.
Do we even count that? Like Forbes won't even have, man.
I'm just saying, like you don't even have him to fall back on now. So if Lattimore is not healthy, which we all believe at this point he's going to play against New Orleans, but Lattimore is not healthy, you starting BSJ and Sanders still. Either one of those two goes down, what happens at cornerback? I don't even know who the fourth corner would be behind Mike Davis.
That's the thing, Breeze. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you cut Forbes, he can't even sit on the bench. I mean, he can't do anything. For you.
So listen, I told a friend of mine earlier. He was like, a friend of mine earlier tweeted that I'm cool with them cutting Emmanuel Forbes. I'm comfortable with them cutting Forbes. I'm like, bro, you say that like Forbes is like they are losing something by cutting him. With all due respect, he hadn't played in a month. They're not missing nothing. They're not losing nothing by cutting him. I'm just saying, with him gone, and Lattimore's health always up in the air, as for the next 4 games, the next 5 weeks, 4 games, however you want to look at it, if something were to happen where Marshawn Lattimore is not healthy, and either BSJ or Mike Sanders still get hurt, what happens at corner? What is the backup plan in a game? Like, do you move Quan Martin down and rotate safeties? Like, what is the alternative plan at corner?
Right, and you're one injury away from that being the case, and they
right, and you can't rely on Lattimore.
Forbes is so bad that even if we're thin at corner, we still better off. That's what the cutting meant.
Forbes was so bad, they were like, bro, I don't care.
Right, like that's how bad they thought he was. Now I'm like, damn, like. That's wild, and it's y'all know this league. I mean, people will get banged up.
Oh God,
absolutely. The fact that outside of Marshawn Lattimore, no other corners really been hurt this season is astounding to me.
He may sue Dan Quinn since the Canadians are suing people.
Oh my God!
Like. Yeah, we about to get shut down by the FCC, YouTube. But like,
oh man,
I don't know. I don't know. This is crazy.
Insane.
That dude got 355 passing yards. Yeah, man. So on the offensive side, I think. It's definitely starting to come around. I don't think Ertz is slowing down as far as snaps and targets. They try to, Snatch got a target yesterday. Jamal had put out early a clip of them trying to definitely of them trying to they dialed up a delayed wheel route for him, but it was covered. So maybe we'll see some of that, trying to get him some targets. But what do you all when it comes to like Diami? What do you all think about how Diami's role is kind of changing into like that Chris Samuels type? Because I mean
Curtis.
he had a handoff, right? Didn't he have a reverse yesterday?
did.
I know we had a screen. I don't remember if we had a
It was like a front shovel
Yeah.
reverse, front shovel pass or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like he's turning into that Curtis Samuel type role. How do you all see him in that role moving forward?
I think Diami is. I said it a few weeks ago. I think Diami. Yeah, that's what I was saying. John, that Quan can play slot. I think Diami is kind of carving out a niche for himself here, where, I think Ron and them had a different idea of what Diami was and could be, and I think DQ and Cliff have kind of been like, okay, well, he's not this. Like, he's never going to be this, but he can be really good doing that. And it's like, okay, he can run screens. He's a screen guy. He's fast. He can run reverses, and we can sit him down the field. And I don't know if you saw it yesterday. I'm sure TV didn't pick it up, but like there was but maybe two or three drives there where like Diami was like calling for the ball. Like he was looking at Cliff, he was looking at Jay. Like, bro, like I saw Jayden Daniels look at De'Ami Brown several times and signal things to De'Ami Brown specifically. Like I saw it. I'm like, so there's some level of chemistry there. There's some level of comfort there. Like I said, I think De'Ami is kind of carving out a role for himself now. If that allows him to stay employed here past the next 4 games, we'll see. But I think he's definitely kind of carving out a role for himself. And again, just having the level of comfort with Jayden, which absolutely doesn't hurt for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, what you think about that shot they took yesterday? I mean, I thought if he could track the ball a little bit better, could have made a better play on it. But he went inside. He went inside. The ball was thrown outside, and he was kind of hit a little bit too. But anytime I see somebody up on Diami and no safety help, I'm taking a shot.
Every game.
I'm taking a shot, bro.
Corner pressed up. You got single high safety, which means they might be in the cover 3, cover 1, maybe like, bro. Throw Diami the ball, bro. But yeah, I think the play you talking about, I think he had a deep route, but he took an inside release and it kind of threw off his angle to getting the ball. But yeah, man, I think they all kind of working through it at the same time.
That was the one where he got called. He got a PI called on him, right? Not on him, but he created a PI.
No, they didn't call it. It was a little bump, but they didn't call it.
Oh,
yeah, the corner kind of grabbed him from behind. Yeah, the corner kind of held him a little bit, and they didn't call it. It was going towards the tunnel area, like where the corner of the end zone. Where the tunnel area is, like where me and Deuce sit at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was definitely a pass. I thought it was to Diami where he had a similar route that y'all describing, and they called a 5-yard hold on the DB. That may have been a separate accident or separate.
That was going the other direction. I know what you're talking about. That was going the other direction.
Yeah.
Because like the corner held him for a good 2-3 seconds and then broke the ball up, and then the corner ran down the field celebrating, and everybody was like, bro, what are you celebrating? You just held him and got the flag. Like what do you
That team, that is a bad football team.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, Will Levis is not that bad, I don't think.
They wasn't worse than when we played the Browns early in the year. Like the Browns is definitely not the same team we played early in the year. But I don't think the Titans is that bad from that Browns game.
Agreed.
I mean, I still think they believe in their coaches and all that. So, but they just, it is what it is. They dropped a lot of passes.
Yeah, sure. They dropped a lot of passes. They beat the Texans and stuff like that.
It's a division game. Yeah. But I think when it comes to Diami, I mean, and that's a shout out to the coaches too, right? Is trying to find a role for him. It might not work, what they trying to do, but it seems like they got a little niche for him. Going deep, throwing the screens to him. He seems like the only one that gets positive yards on the screens. Um, now they incorporated the little reverse that they did, so maybe we'll see more of that as we go along. As far as Diami is concerned. Um, but yeah, man, to kind of kind of wrap it up, Jayden Daniels, um, Kristen Rodriguez, definitely shout out to C Rob. Um, after everything that kid's been through this season alone, um, him balling out like he did, man, was definitely something to see. But what do you all think this running back room looks like moving forward? We can start with you, DT.
I think it's going to be a very solid room. And basically, with December being the month of like how physical the schedule going to be, playing Dallas and playing late in the cold, you're gonna need Chris Rodriguez to spell Brian Robinson, because it seems to me that within this season that you have to keep Brian Robinson legit as fresh as possible if we're going to make a playoff run. And I think Chris Rodriguez has shown through the minimal amount of snaps he's got it that he is an effective running back when given the opportunity. Now, I think it kind of brings the question is, to be honest with you, and some of the losses, why wasn't he elevated? Like the Ravens game. If he was that effective against some of these teams we played, why didn't we bring him to a game or in so many games like that? But I think he's going to be a key figure to help out in terms of the depth of the running back room. McNichols as well. He'll have to fill out the role a little bit of Eckler until Eckler gets off IR. But I'm confident in the running back room. If we can get that type of running game we see Sunday, I think it'll be a great benefit to his offense.
CeeLo, what you think,
I
man?
mean,
Oh,
I'll go
Breeze.
with Ceelo.
Don't matter.
No, I think
Uh,
that with the running back room, I like the room as constructed, even with Eckler and all of that. But I think my only reservations about it is that I think all three of them are fairly similar running backs, which could actually work in their favor because you don't have to change the way you call plays. Um, McNichols is he's closer to Eckler than Rodriguez and Robinson are, but he's much closer to Robinson and Rodriguez and Eckler is, if that makes any sense. I think they're a
mhm.
lot closer to being the same kind of player, so you can't those plays that are more so designed for Austin Eckler, like with Austin Eckler in mind, I don't know if you can really do as many of those with this current running back room, which is fine. We've seen they're much more successful when they're just running the ball downhill ish, I guess, out of the shotgun formation. But I like the room though, and again, I think with them all three of them being somewhat similar, it can help where you don't need Brian Robinson to be that battering ram and he take all the punishment and all the brunt force of the entire defense. You go, okay, B Rob, sit this one out. C Rob, go get that. Or McNichol, it was Jeremy, go get that. Like you don't need to make B Rob doesn't have to be your battering ram. It can kind of be a committee thing. And then when B Rob, B Rob is your lead dog, but you can kind of spell guys and not change the offense, so to speak.
Yeah, I'll just add on to it and just say, um, I don't think they're actually trying to replace Eckler, if that makes sense. I actually think they're actually adjusting the offense to other, players and kind of playing that kind of role. I think De'Ami Brown is an Eckler right now. Um, I think, I think that they just using those guys to spell each other and give each other, some time and ability to rest up. I think Cliff is like, Eckler is a unique guy. He plays teams. He plays that third down back well. Um, I know that McNichols comes in for third downs with the pass pro, but he's not like leaking out and just getting screens. I feel like that's sort of a. I mean, even Terry got a relatively successful screen yesterday. Um, I think it's going to be a different role for the running back room going forward until Eckler's back in that space. And for now, you may see some other players get some gadget plays that usually Eckler would get for us. But yeah, I think I like the room. I like the room a lot. I really, I like C-Rod a lot. I just think I think he's our most natural runner. He may not be the fastest, but I swear he finds where there should be 3 yards, he finds 7 yards between vision and just leaning forward. So he hopefully gets a few more carries going forward.
Yeah, let me just say, as a Kentucky guy, like Chris Rodriguez, seeing his collegiate career play out, like Chris Rodriguez is statistically one of the best running backs in UK history. Now, that's not necessarily saying a lot, but he's up there on that list with guys who Benny Snell and some other guys more recently. But yeah, man, like I love seeing him get opportunity, and when everybody in the stadium was calling for Terry, I wanted another Terry touchdown, but when everybody was calling for all the other players to get their last touchdown, I'm like, nah, bro, like C-Rod earned that. Like let him have his moment. Like he earned that. Let him get that. And so as a Kentucky guy, it was dope to be able to see Chris Rodriguez have that game and have that moment, and you know what I'm saying, that was cool.
Real cool. He was balling.
Yeah, he was balling. He was balling for sure.
What's up, Tim? Tim, you like 2 hours late today, Tim. Let the running back room. P. Rob and Nichols shifting C. Rob very powerful first legs. Rams claim 4. Yep, we saw that. DT falls. I always think he's falling asleep.
Hey, bro, y'all got one more time to say I'm falling asleep on this show, bro.
It's a weekly rite of passage, DT. You just gotta get used to it.
Nah, bro.
I don't know, man. Which I think, yeah, Rams did claim Forbes. I think we still owe 4.2 in dead cap. Them claiming him off waiver saved us like $5 million, something like that. So, but yeah, I wonder if they talked to Cam about it first. Probably not. Yeah, as far as our running back, I think we're good to go. We're solid for the rest of the year. We still have like Wiley and whatever they was doing, Kaz on the practice squad. But going into the off season, I don't know, man. And Eckler having the 2 concussions within like 6 weeks, maybe.
I mean, the last one was bad. Like he paused. He hit the hole as hard as he could, and just once contact was made, everything went dark. Kentucky football. I don't have none of my UK stuff near me. Yes, BBN, Kentucky football. 1 year. No stats. But that's not the point, though.
It's not the point.
Yes, UK football. That's not the point. I was there.
So, like, I don't know, man. What the off season is going to look like. I think we're going to be in for a show in the off season. But yeah, man. Outside of that, anything, Ceelo?
Yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and enjoy this bye week. These guys need it. Dan Quinn said it, so I'm looking forward to a strong finish. Saints, you next. No offense.
What you got, Breeze?
Yeah, man. Like Ceelo just said, man. Enjoy the bye week. Get healthy. Rest up. Don't do no partying. We're gonna party enough in New Orleans. We're gonna do the partying for y'all in New Orleans. Y'all party on the field.
There you go.
And yeah, man. Let's close this season out strong, and we got business to take care of. So yeah. Also, shout out to the Dunbar Crimson Tide football team once again. Again, anybody who is in the area, in the DC area, 5 p.m. this Saturday, Howard University. Come check us out. We're trying to get that state championship. Although DC It's not a state. It's just the thing. Just go with us on this. It's just what they call it. Yeah. Raise hell.
When is the game?
Saturday, December
Saturday.
7th at 5 p.m. Yep. There's the DC All-Star game is the game before us. So they play before us, and then we play the state championship afterwards.
Nice. Nice.
DT.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm asleep. Because everybody say I'm asleep. I'm asleep.
BBN.
Oh man, Bob Jones. Who y'all play?
We play the Friendship Collegiate.
Yeah, they always in that
Knights.
zone, yeah?
Bro, the state championship game was the Friendship Bowl. Like
they always
the game was made for Friendship Collegiate to have a postseason to play for. That's what the game was made for. Don't let nobody tell you no different. So yeah, we play Friendship Collegiate.
Didn't they try to put him? Didn't they put him in with DCIAA playoffs at one point?
Mm-mm.
Well, I thought they did that.
They wouldn't
when
let
they
them.
First started out with public charter.
So if you don't, Dylan Stewart at the University of South Carolina, he played at Friendship Collegiate. We played him last year. He just got a rack of NIL money. So shout out Dylan Stewart from DC. But yeah, that's who we play for the state championship. They beat us by 6 points during the season.
DT need to buy too. Yeah, man. Definitely tap in.
Be up here again.
I definitely want to. Next week we'll probably do like just kind of taking a peek at the off season, what players that we have that we would want to extend. Any players out there we want to bring in, any college positions that we think would be better for the team. Just kind of looking ahead, something to talk about during the bye week. I think the players is what they don't do nothing. How does that work? Like during the bye week? Because I know they usually do like a film review Wednesdays, right? Or
yeah,
Mondays.
I think they work up until like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then they have the 5 or 6 days following as like off days.
So they do Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, and then
so
they
Wednesday,
report
Thursday,
back.
Tuesday, Wednesday. So they be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, probably Tuesday.
Yeah, I think they report back probably Tuesday.
Because I think the whole NFL is off on Tuesdays, right? And that's like an off day for the whole NFL.
That's like that's the traditionally that's the off day.
Yeah, so maybe they'll go Wednesday, like a check-in type thing, I guess. All right, think we good, man. DT, you wanna close out? Oh man. All right, y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all chopping it up. You use your time. We know your time very valuable too for you to use with us. We definitely appreciate it. Oh, hold on. Pop came in hot. Let's see.
Well, that's why Forbes got cut.
Yep, there you go.
He ain't show Pop no love, man.
Yeah, she ain't show Pop no love. There you go. Defo's still here. Forbes, you gone. He said he was glad his got cut. Oh God. We appreciate your time. We know your time very valuable for you to spend it with us. We definitely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart.